Join me. We're in a conference room with a new client. It's a young female. Her husband tragically was killed in a wreck at a construction site in Newburgh, New York, on a New York State highway. And she said that she's been to every lawyer in town, and all of them have told her the same thing. She doesn't have a case. And the reason is her husband was killed by one of his co-employees who backed up over him, tragically killed a very young, brilliant young guy, engineer. And I said to her, how many firms have you been to? She's about 10. And I said, well, did any of them tell you that the owner of the property where the construction accident happened is responsible for any violations of what's called New York's labor law? The labor law is a law that goes back about 100 years that protects workers engaged in construction activities. And she said, no one's ever mentioned that to me. I said, yes, you cannot sue your co-employee, but you can sue the owner of the property where the construction-related injury occurred. And she's like, I had no idea. No one had ever told me that before. It's a critical factor. And I'm willing to bet that there's people with injury claims throughout New York State who've been injured in construction-related accidents that don't realize that they're not limited to workers' compensation against their employer's insurance, that they have a claim against the owner of the property where the injury occurred. So that's really important. In New York, the owner of the property is responsible for making sure that construction injuries do not occur, and that's what's called a non-delegable duty, which means they can't assign that responsibility to someone else. The owner is responsible, and in that case, we accepted this young woman's case. It went through the court system, and in New York, a claim against the state of New York is limited to a court that's called the Court of Claims. They handle all claims against the state, and at trial, she won her case. That was a $3.5 million case that no other attorney was willing to accept. And you might have that same type of situation. So if you know somebody who's injured in a construction-related accident in New York State, give us a call. We're happy to talk. You don't have to hire us. We'll do our best to give you advice. And if you like this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you post a comment, I'm going to respond, and I'll see you next time.